So now that our super cool intro is done, let's get into it, shall we? So what is leadership and EQ? Well, leadership for starters is a social influence technique that optimizes the efforts of everyone to obtain a certain goal. Social influence, not authority or power, is the source of true leadership in our opinion. Leaders need others, and the goal is to lead others to a specific set of goals. For example, a prime minister or a king leading his or her country, or even a student leading a team group.
Well, then what about emotional intelligence? Well, emotional intelligence is the ability to identify, recognize, and use the emotions resourcefully within oneself as well as others around you. In this case, it is in your group. Emotions are complicated. Emotions are like the weather. Maybe one day it's stormy and the next it's calm. And 5 minutes later it's raining again. The point is that they are always there and that they always change from time to time.
What does emotional intelligence and leadership have in common? Do they correlate? That's where our super efficient and super accurate research experiment comes in.
On a quick editor's note,
We are in no way actual scientists. I repeat, we are in no way actual scientists.
but we found that this was the best way for us to carry out the experiment, as well as make things actually interesting, not only for our participants, but you guys watching as well.
Here's how our super fantastic experiment is carried out. First, we specially drafted and handpicked 5 contestants. These contestants were then subjected to an EQ test, which would test their emotional intelligence skills and give us a total score out of 200.
After we get all the results, we will put them into a table to record their total score as well as their names. This gives us a ranking of who has the highest ranking as well as who has the lowest emotional intelligence.
Then here comes the fun part, the games. Just like Squid Game, the loser gets executed. Just kidding, this isn't Squid Game.
This is how the actual game works. Contestants will be given a product to talk about, but there is a twist to it. The product will be a product that is completely useless or so crazy that it sucks. For example, an iron but it only gets colder, or slippers that are made of grass.
And on top of that, they also cannot reveal the product that they are selling. This keeps the contestant only focused on the pitch and not the product.
Like, oh, you want to go into the shower fast, maybe after you work out, or like you're super sweaty, or you just feel super like tired and dirty after a long day. Then you take off your main clothes already and you just want to get into the shower and just like hurry up and get it over with. This clothing apparel, right, as soon as it touches water, it will just slide right off your body. So it's also a great way to go skinny dipping with your friends as soon as you jump inside the pool. Like, what more can you ask for? Also, like, did I mention it's like super cheap? It's like 5 ringgit.
This section of the game basically is there to test the leadership skills of our participants by showcasing their abilities to pitch a product or idea that is completely crazy and, well, pretty much useless.
Once the contestants has pitched their results to the rest of the contestants will have to then vote on whether they would buy the product or not. This gives us a yay or nay situation based on their ability to come up with impromptu ideas, which is the skill that good leaders should have.
This is because we believe that leaders should be good at convincing teams on the spot, even if it means the idea is crazy and spontaneous. Convincing is a key skill in good leaders. After the entire experiment, this is our results.
So, what do these results show us? Well, simply that you don't need to have good EQ level to have good leadership skills. Although, there are many factors that may affect results, such as their confidence during the experiment, but based on our results, this is what we are able to notice.
we can see that our lowest EQ member was also able to get a very high yay factor. This proves that although EQ-wise he may not have a very high score, he's still able to pitch, carry himself and present ideas in a very, very clear manner.
However, we do agree with the idea that EQ is an important factor of leadership. Having the ability to understand your team's emotions help you to connect to them on a more personal level. This may make it easier to talk to them and convey the ideas to them, selling the idea and getting the team to work well.
Yup, that's right. So, in our conclusion, we think that EQ is a very important factor when it comes to making great leaders. However, there are also many great leaders out there who may depend solely, if not together with EQ, on their knowledge of, let's say, the subject, the people that they're trying to convince, and use that as a persuasive factor. Having a high EQ is very important in being a leader, but it works in harmony with EQ, and that's where we believe the best leaders are born.
I'm always ready most. This is because we believe that leaders should be good at convincing teams on the spot, even if it means the idea is crazy and spontaneous. Convincing is a key skill in a good leader.
Oh yeah, someone said I'm always ready, right? Yeah, I have that shit recorded right here, Xiaoxing.
Girl.
I hurt my backside now. I have a fracture on my backside and I can't and I'm going to sue. I hurt my backside and my legs and my backside.
So freaking drama.
Okay,
Then here comes the fun part, the games. Just like the Squid Game, the loser gets executed. Just kidding. I can't say that shit.
Thus, to the rest of the contestants. The rest of the contestants will have to then vote on whether they would buy the product or not. This gives us a yay or nay situation based on their ability to come up with the... What the fuck is this? I really... My tongue a bit twitched at the contestant, you know?
We carried a survey of roughly. Again. I cannot.
Why? It's just roughly and comprising. This is like the easiest. This is literally the easiest sentence in the entire
Okay.
script, bro. Okay.